evening, everyone, and thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Barkada Radyo on 5EBI 103.1 FM or streaming online on 5EBI.com.au. It's our first program for the year, and very excited to get back into it. A lot of things have happened over the break. Some of the most obvious things, including the bushfires. So we'll get talking about that as well. My name's Juan Paulo, and I've got three guest hosts here this week with me. So why don't you say hi, guys?
Hi, I'm Julie Kay.
Hi, I'm Andrew.
Hi, I'm Peter.
So Peter came back from a trip from New South Wales over the break, right?
Yep, where the bushfires went.
Yeah, so we'll be talking about that later on in the show. And I guess everyone's been busy trying to take a break whenever they can, right?
Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
So some have been traveling, some, like myself and Julie Kay, I think we've both been just lying low, doing
just
nothing.
chilling.
But Andrew, you came back from the Philippines?
Yeah, I went back home to Manila for December just to catch up with friends, celebrate Christmas with my family. Yeah.
Sounds nice. A lot of eating and drinking.
Yep. The best part is that I didn't have to pay for most of it.
Oh, it's lovely, lovely. Well, that sounds good. Well, before we started the show, we did ask Andrew if there was any new music that you may have listened to.
Well, by listen to, you mean my sister singing it everywhere.
Heard through secondhand.
Yeah, she sings a lot of Filipino indie songs, but this is the only one where I remembered the title.
Okay.
And she sings it in the shower, in the car, pretty much when she can.
So this sounds like this is, well, you be the judge, but I reckon this is going to be a singable tune. I guess all songs are singable tunes in the Philippines, but we played them before. It's Ben and Ben, but this song is called Bibingka.
Simbang gabi na naman, tayo gising na, patulog pa lang ang buwan. Ang simoy ng hangin, dahan-dahan na humahaplos sa mukha ng bawat tao. Bumabagsak pa ang mata, dahan-dahang kumislap ang mga ilaw ng tumatandang simbahan, kung saan magkasama tayong nagdasal at nakinig sa misa de Gallo. Pagdating ng ama namin, ang oras huminto ng magkahawa. Ang ating mga kamay, humawing mga ulap at sabay, nagsiyawit ang mga anghel sa langit. At nang unang gabi ng Pasko'y sumapit, kay ganda ng harana ng tinig na sumasabay sa sabi nila, at pagkatapos magsimba, habang hinahatid kita sa iyong tahanan, parang walang katapusan ang ating kwentuhan tungkol sa mga buhay ng isa't isa. Ako'y nahalina nang mapadaan tayo dun sa may tindahan, umawing mga ulap at sabay, nagsiyawit ang mga anghel sa langit. At nang unang gabi ng Pasko'y ko sa sarili, makay tanang huli. Pero mula nung unang ama namin na ang iyong kamay ay hinawakan, di mo na binitawan. Nagsiyawit ang mga anghel sa langit, at nang unang gabi ng Pasko'y sumapit. Kay ganda ng harana ng tinig na sumasabay sa ihip ng hangin. Ang sabi nila, ang sabi nila, oh, ang sabi nila, ang sabi nila, bilhat mo na siya ng bibingka, dahil ikaw na ang aking tadhana. Bilhan mo na siya ng bibingka, dahil ikaw na ang aking tadhana.
And that's Ben and Ben, Bebinka. It's a very nice kind of calming song. So your sister sings that
Often.
often. It's a lovely song. Lovely
Often.
song. So as we alluded to before the break, Peter's come back from a trip in New South Wales, not just anywhere in New South
Yeah.
Wales. Where did you go for Christmas and New Year?
So I was in Bateman's Bay during the break, and that's where the big fire went over the New Year's Eve. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experiences. Because you went through a lot.
Yeah, so, well, I just came back the other day. I spent 2 weeks in New South Wales. First week was great. I was jumping with kangaroos. I was seeing dolphins everywhere. Because the location is a very good vacation spot. But since December 31 until the day I left, they didn't have power, right? Petrol was scarce.
Yep.
Shops were closed and food was also running out, and people were still evacuated. So it was a pretty scary time.
So your first week there, it's kind of like not everything's normal.
It was bliss. My first week was bliss.
But the fire's already started. You heard about it, but it would have been
Yeah.
like far, far away, right?
Right, but the people when I went there, the people were already monitoring the progress of the fires through this app. Fire Me something. They were monitoring it, but on the 31st, it just somehow went straight from a different part of the bush to straight to our location. Because of the wind, I think, it was blew to our location. So first week bliss, second week was like right out of a post-apocalyptic movie.
So when did you first started noticing things were starting to turn?
The morning of the 31st, we had, of course, planned to a very big feast, right, to cook food. But all that went out of the window because we woke up to a red sky, to a very hot air. And if you look at the sun, it's red. And you just smell smoke everywhere. And you have twigs falling from the sky that are black. So we started packing already that morning.
And you said that was it in the morning that or overnight you could see the fires, the actual fire starting to approach you, right?
Right, because the worst day for me was December 31st. I slept. I didn't even wait for New Year's anymore because I didn't have the energy to do that. Out of my window, I could see the fires from across the street, and I was just praying and hoping that over our sleep it won't reach us. It didn't, so thank God.
Wow. And because you've been living here for less than 6 months by now. Did you hear about the bushfires before you arrived to Australia?
Yeah. So in December, I actually decided not to go there because I heard of the bushfires in New South Wales. But I asked my friends over there, is it safe to go there? They said, yeah. And I said, okay, then I'll go.
Yeah. But it's hard to kind of visualize what that actually means until you actually look at it, I guess.
And fires are very unpredictable. I saw a fire like spread from one part to another, and it's so quick, and so like you can't really tell how far it will go. That's why it's my friends didn't know that it wasn't safe for me to go there at that point. So. Yeah.
How about you guys? Have you guys experienced anything like that before? I mean, this sounds like a very unique kind of experience to go through.
No bushfires for me.
No?
Yeah, thankfully not. But I've had people at my workplace monitoring the fires as well because they live in the hills.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really, even though we're like in the city, you can still feel like the anxiety and things like that because the Adelaide Hills is still quite close. And so their houses are still at risk. So yeah, it was really, I could feel their anxiety even at work. Like they would be checking up on like the fire alerts and things like that. So I could definitely feel it even though I'm like living in the city, if that makes sense.
Yeah, the tension and the anxiety must have been really high for your workmates and for your family friends, your friends, right?
Yeah.
Like they would have been really nervous.
Yeah, even for me, I was just there for as a visitor for the past 2 weeks. But when I came back to Adelaide, I still had all of this. Like, I was still shaken. I was still anxious.
Yeah,
I didn't know I had that until I got here. I was already safe, but I don't know. I was just scared, still scared.
well, it's not something you would have expected to experience when you came to Australia. I would have imagined.
Yeah,
It's not.
this is my first Christmas outside of the Philippines, away from my family,
Yeah.
and it's something for the books. So
Yeah, that's a lot of firsts for you going through that. And what was the township like? Were they prepared for the bushfire? Did they have an action plan, or was it a bit mixed bag?
Well, when I went there, they were already monitoring fires. But I think it came as a shock also to everyone when the first big fires came. But I think it was the way that they organized themselves and the aftermath of the big fires were actually very commendable. We had updates twice a day from the town center. So because we didn't have signal. So we didn't have a way to really monitor what's happening, which roads were open, where petrol is available. So you could go to the evacuation center and listen to the 10 a.m. and the 6 p.m. Updates. I attended twice because we had to know what's happening.
Yeah.
And they were pretty organized. There were teams and tables and the ambulance ready. But tensions were high in those places, as you would expect, because everyone was really just anxious.
Yeah. Did you see much of the volunteers that are part of the rural fire service doing their work?
Yeah.
That's really good to hear.
Yeah, and at this point, I would also just like to commend the Filipino family I stayed with, Tita Jackie and Tito Anthony, because even through all of that, they found time to help in the evacuation center. They cooked trays of adobo, which we delivered, and then I think we just put it there and said, this is for the people who were in the evacuation center, because we didn't have to, thankfully. And then I think 2 days later, someone from the evacuation center said, the other day we had this good dish about with soy sauce. It was so good.
Wow, so they're really good cultural ambassadors then.
Yeah, I know.
Is there many Filipinos in Bateman's Bay?
Not much, actually.
Okay.
It was a predominantly white place, which is very different from what I see here in Adelaide. Here we're very mixed, but there I was saying, ooh, now I feel like I'm in a really different country or something.
So that could have been their first exposure to chicken adobo potentially in that town.
We don't have there's one Filipino restaurant though, just a tiny one, but there are more Thai restaurants around for some reason.
Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. Good show of community spirit then.
Yeah.
And what was it like when you came back and you spoke to your family? How would you explain it to someone that hasn't gone through a bushfire? And, it's very hard to explain, I would imagine.
Oh, I had a solution for that. So I wrote a very long Facebook post about what happened from the very beginning up to the time I came back here, with pictures and videos and all. So. And of course my family was very they were praying so hard for me back in the Philippines, also because they can't contact me. Right?
Wow, yeah.
We didn't have data, and sometimes when I have signal, it's not enough for me to connect to the internet. So what I did, I have a friend here in Adelaide. His name's Anthony. I text him and he sends messages back to my my family in the Philippines.
Oh, good. So at least they knew you were safe. That's good, because they would have been absolutely panicking.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I think the way that the media reported it, there wasn't that much in the Philippines, from what I gathered. Did they report much about it when you were there, Andrew?
Not really. The most I've heard from it was like from my friends. They'd be, "Oh, where's the fire?" So they knew a fire existed. They knew that a lot of things were dying because the fire hit like spots with high biodiversity, like
Yeah.
the biggest ones, like the Adelaide Hills one and the Kangaroo Island one, specifically. It's like record breaking, I think. The other stuff that I heard about the fire is this one bit about how the government didn't accept the international aid or something like that.
Oh, okay.
So apparently, like that kind of news also came up. Aside from that, it's just like big people saying, "Oh, we'll donate to the fire" and all that.
Yeah. Yeah. That comes part and parcel after any kind of disaster that people kind of, for better or for worse, they're well-meaning, but they start big-noting themselves, saying that I'll donate next.
Yeah.
So that's just part of it. So what kind of, that was quite an experience, Peter. What did you learn from that after all that, do you think? Are you still going through it, you think, or?
What did I learn from that?
There was, because that would have been quite the experience.
Well, what I took away from that really was just seeing a Filipino family in a different country. So they've been here for a while, I think 5 years already. But it helped, I think, that I was with a Filipino family and I saw how they took care of one another during that time, and me, because I was with them. And the kindness of their hearts, just to even if they're also going through the same thing, they found it in their hearts to extend help where they can. They didn't even like think much about it. So I think that was like a shining star in my. I was very happy to see that, to witness such kindness in that time.
Yeah. It sounds like even though it's a high stressful environment, they still thought about others, the community, and their guests as well. That's quite impressive. I think no one would be blamed if they were just thought about, like, let's just think about ourselves for now. So it's really good of them. They even cooked for other people.
Yeah, adobo.
Oh, fantastic. Well, that Facebook post that you've got shows a lot of really eerie photos, like really red skies, and I think there was a photo of them hosing the house down and getting the fences up, right?
Yeah, that was on the 31st because we saw the neighbor doing that, using the hose to make their roof moist. I'm not sure how effective that was, but we just did it.
Yeah.
Somehow it maybe could help or something.
Well, better than nothing.
Yeah.
I guess. Well, quite an eventful Christmas break for you then.
Yeah.
Kung nais po ninyong magpadala ng balikbayang boxes o pera sa Pilipinas, subukan ang JNR LBC Mabuhay, ang hari ng padala. Mabilis, maaasahan at mapagkakatiwalaan. Meron silang 5 shipment bawat taon. Huwag kalilimutan ang mga minamahal natin sa Pilipinas. Tawagan lang po ang ating kababayan na si Vicky Lapus sa telepono 8258-7219 o sa mobile 0413-224-194 o bisitahin sila sa 73 Kings Road, Salisbury Downs. Tandaan, JNR LBC Mabuhay, ang hari ng padala.
The Philippines, that's always different and fun.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, because I went back and had a reunion with my classmates from high school.
Yeah, great.
I realized from that the drinking culture is like kind of different back home as well.
Yeah.
Because they're more of a sit down and drink kind of like crowd.
Yeah.
There's also like the usual going to clubs and partying, but I noticed here it's only the more older people who sit down at bars, at pubs and stuff, and like drink and chat. Well, that's more common back home. Beer pong is way more popular in the Philippines.
Yeah. So they red cups, a lot of red cups.
Yes, a lot of red
Yeah.
cups. It wasn't this year, but one year when I went back home, I think it was 2017 or 2018. Me and my sister went to a bar, and they actually had tables at the back where you buy alcohol and you buy the cups and you play beer pong there.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah.
You sound like you had a very different Christmas.
It was definitely more relaxing.
But the one common theme would have been a lot of food, though. Your family would have cooked a lot of food, I would imagine.
Oh, yeah. There were some times when I would have to cook as well because no one would be at home, so I'd have to heat some of my own food.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess that just comes also with like being a Chinese family. You always go to like big Chinese restaurant, have all the food come out together at the same time.
Yeah. So what is a typical Chinese Filipino? I mean, it would be Filipino, but is there any differences or slight variations with Chinese Filipino kind of Christmas dinners? Is there like lobster or abalone? Or...
Yes, you have to go to a Chinese restaurant and order from a set menu. Mm-hmm. And as the tradition with a lot of set menus is they bring out the soup, all the stuff at the start, and then they have a really long break, or it feels like a really long break in between. So by the time the good stuff comes out, the crab, the fish, you're already full, so you just take it home.
Yeah, right.
Like there are times you just look at the food, look at each other, like, nah, bag it.
Is this Christmas lunch or Christmas dinner?
Christmas lunch or dinner.
Yeah.
New Year's as well, Chinese New Year, and anytime it's a big event, sometimes even a birthday, we'll go there.
Okay.
That's generally how Chinese Filipinos celebrate.
Noche Buena?
Or I don't think we do Noche Buena, or my family specifically.
Yeah. How about you guys? Do you guys do Noche Buena?
Yeah, always. And we go to Christmas Mass.
Yeah.
As well.
Midnight Mass.
Yeah, Midnight Mass. And then, afterwards we eat. And then my family, we open our presents early.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so we open our presents like pretty much after Midnight Mass and after we've eaten everything. Yeah,
on Christmas Eve.
Yeah, on Christmas Eve. And then like my grandma hands out the presents, like their certificates, and then we get a photo like we're graduating or something.
That's nice. So what does the certificate say, like Christmas 2019?
Oh no, it's not a certificate, but like she hands the present like it's your certificate.
Oh, like two hands.
And then with the handshake as well, and then you pose for the photo. So it's like really over the top, but we love it. I love, we take heaps of pictures because we always capture these memories because I don't go to the Philippines that often, just every few years. So, it's always, and there's copious amounts of food as well, ridiculous amounts.
Do you do karaoke at...
Oh, yeah, there's karaoke as well. Yeah, it's pretty typical Filipino Christmas at my place,
nice one. Those portable mics you can connect to the TV.
Yeah, of course.
My tito, he always breaks up Bryan Adams.
Yes. Heaven.
Power ballads. He loves it.
Me too.
That's Christmas, all right. How about you, Peter? Is it normally Noche Buena at your place in the Philippines?
Yeah, it's very the same with Julie's actually. We just wait for the midnight. We cook a lot of food, but we don't eat it until until midnight. Yeah. Right, and then we open the gifts. But for us, I think we don't do karaoke at that time. We do it the next day. It's the entire day. I think from morning to the evening of karaoke, and then guests come in. We serve them food from yesterday that hasn't finished yet, but also new food sometimes, and also mass, of course.
When growing up, I found that, and you probably would have experienced the same, Julie Kay. It's like when you hang out with like your non-Filipino friends, Christmas can be a little bit more scheduled. It's a bit more, you hang out from this time to this time.
Yeah.
Whereas in like the Filipino culture anyway, it's kind of drop in, drop out. You can spend the whole day at whoever's relative's house. Yeah. Basically. It's an all day kind of thing, all night.
Yeah, definitely. There's no routine. It's just go with the flow kind of thing. Yeah. And like you go like from one relative's place to another relative's place, and you go back to your own house, and it's just it's pretty hectic. Like especially in the Philippines, it's quite hectic. It's quite a hectic time, and I think like my friends probably would be like, why are you doing all of that? Like that doesn't just like chill and eat dinner at one person's house. But it's pretty fun, and it's just different. It's different to spending it here.
Yeah, and the concept of time is also different as well. I feel like Filipino events, it's very casual, so you kind of don't bother looking at the clock all that much. You kind of just play it by ear. Whereas some other events and gatherings I've been to, it's kind of like you're coming here for lunch, and then when it's about 5 o'clock, they start yawning. They go, time to go. That's lunch finished. Get out. Anyway, maybe that's just my experiences of it.
Yeah.
But we're running short of time, I'm afraid. That time went really quick. But thanks, Peter, very much for sharing your story in New South Wales. That sounds like it would have been an interesting and, weird experience.
It was a very memorable time for me, of course.
And thanks, guys, Julie Kay and Andrew, for coming over. We didn't get a chance to talk about esports, because that's another topic for another day. And we also were thinking about talking about weird Filipino names. So maybe that's another topic for another day. I conducted an interview the other day with one of our broadcasting colleagues in Brisbane as well. So when I get a chance, I'll make sure to edit that and play that on the air sometime soon. But that's all the time we have for, I'm afraid. We'll play out a song on the way out. But thank you for listening to Barkada Radyo once again. And we'll see you guys next week.
She's my sunshine in the rain, my Tylenol when I'm in pain, yeah. Let me tell you what she means to me. Like a tall glass of lemonade when it's burning hot on summer days. She's exactly what I need. Said she's soothing like the ocean rushing on the sand. She takes care of me, baby, and she helps me be a better man. She's so beautiful. Sometimes I stop to close my eyes. She's exactly what I need. She's my smile when I'm feeling blue. She's my good night's sleep when the day is through, yeah. Let me tell you what she means to me. She's kinda like this. Kinda like the feeling after your first kiss, except that every day she makes me feel like this. She's exactly what I need. Oh yeah, she's soothing like the ocean rushing on the sand. She takes care of me, baby, and she helps me be a better man. She's so beautiful. Sometimes I stop to close my eyes. She's exactly what. You're more of what I need and less of what I don't, baby. The ocean rushing on the sand. She takes care of me, baby, and she helps me be a better man. She's so beautiful. Oh, sometimes I stop to close my eyes. She's exactly what I need. She's exactly